And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy WordPlay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all.
Southside. We back.
We are back. First things first, we're going to be listening to Melle and Eminem, the Realest. We're going to take a look at the lyrics, the lyric video, and we're going to break it down. Melle is a new artist on Shady Aftermath. He hails from the Philippines, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like M and Dre are really impressed with this new artist. I know you have some things to say about Eminem and artists. Do you want to get into that discussion now, or you want to do this after we kind of listen?
Yeah, because it's just a real quick thing. I appreciate in the 50 years of hip hop, shout out to 50 years.
Yep.
That Eminem continuously tries to bring representation, and I appreciate that. He knows he's a guest in the house, but he gives other guests the opportunity to exist and add on to the legacy, and I'm very appreciative of that, especially with this signing.
We're going to take a listen to this. We're looking for references to Melle Mel. We're looking for references to Game, and then we'll respond afterwards. So let's go ahead and hit the play button. What you got to say? What you got to say?
They don't play my music in the clubs. Like, look, okay, check the video out. We talked about this at the time. Dog, yeah, let's keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah. You know I love it. He ain't playing
at all.
He ain't playing. Let's start with that one. Work backwards. Gen Z acting like rap experts. I can kind of agree with this.
I agree in the same instance that I agree with, which is here's the difference. So we as millennials respect what came for us and just don't like being disrespected by what came before us.
Yeah, and we grew up at a time where hip hop was reaching its commercial pinnacle.
Yeah. Gen Z at times will literally goat somebody off a single.
Yeah. And I think that comes with the... I don't want to call Gen Zers like middle schoolers, but the middle school type of view of music that you have.
Yeah.
And then as you grow up, you're like, oh, some of the stuff I liked at that point in time is not really like that great, that good.
Yeah, and being able to look back without the rose-colored glasses is really like what we're saying that experience has taught us.
Yeah, and I don't know that you can call anybody a legend that stays around for 5 seconds. Like,
dog, no. All right, so let's get into these diss bars.
Yeah, who you want to start with?
I want to start with the Game.
Okay.
Because his biggest thing in that Game diss track video you can watch here somewhere is he was like, they don't play you in the clubs, bro. Like, you washed, you old, you not in touch. And the response of the only reason you care about people playing music in the clubs is because you still got to perform it. You still performing in clubs. Mm-hmm. He just like Ed Sheeran, huge megastar Ed Sheeran, who was inspired by Eminem, performed in Detroit, brought him out, crowd goes crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, that stadium.
Yeah.
Stadium.
The Game wasn't even on the Super Bowl, was he?
No.
Yeah. Why? You see what I'm saying?
Because you would rather have a gimmick than be actually authentic to the fact that he is, like we said this before, our biggest gripe with him was that you're doper than that diss track showed, and you don't just stay in that. You stay in that 50 Cent Eminem controversy way, but not in a way that actually lifts you up. So that was a perfect shot to me.
Yeah, he continuously sounds hurt, but not over it. You know what I mean? He continuously sounds really, really butthurt. And I think butthurt and skilled are different.
But now let's get to the coup de grace.
Melle Mel.
This to Melle Mel, which he started in the beginning as well, talking about.
He did allude to that a little bit in the beginning.
I liked him because, and if you don't know, during an interview with Art of Dialogue in March, Melle Mel attributed M's success in the rap game to his skin color. This is according to Complex. He did do an interview with anyway. Eminem is a capable rapper and sold more than everybody, but a large part of that is due to him being white. So now if Eminem was another N-word, all the rest of us will be top 5 on that list. When a nigga that can rhyme as good as him is 35, that had records and all, blah, blah, blah. Not really.
What I think is that Melle Mel has a point, right? In popularity's sake, Eminem does have more fans because generally white folks will resonate with white folks.
Generally,
and sheer numbers wise, yes, he's going to have more people available in his market. Great. But Eminem, that discounts Eminem's impact and market amongst black folks. A lot of black folks see Eminem as he's just my white brother. He can't say the N-word, but he's still my white brother.
But the other aspect of it is it downplays his skill so much. There is only one other rapper who had a moment that's still not as big as what Eminem had, and that's Macklemore. Outside of that, every other white rapper is so small in comparison.
And even Macklemore was kind of like that was a pop moment.
Yeah,
for that the labels propped up. It wasn't a culture moment.
No.
It was a culture moment for the cultures that he advocates for, but it wasn't a culture moment for hip hop. Hip hop actually didn't really feel that great about Macklemore because go back to the Grammys.
Exactly.
Right? When Kendrick Lamar lost to Macklemore, and there was a whole debate and discussion around that. And then Macklemore goes on the air later on and says, well, Kendrick should have won. Why? You know what I mean? So ultimately, we get down to the bare bones. Like Melle Mel, I feel like Melle Mel is just being super disrespectful to somebody that has earned his spot
and has paved the way for a lot of different style artists. Has impacted more than just hip hop.
You know what Eminem does that other white folks have not done? Condone white bullshit.
Never.
On record.
All the time.
He will tell folks, do not come to my shows if you think and believe this way.
All the time. I mean, he was one of the few loud, outspoken rappers against Trump that was on a platform where the way a BET Cypher directed at him, that is still, played in so many different places or whatever.
I think when we talk about allyship, we talk about earning your place in community and earning your place in culture. I feel like Eminem has earned that. And he's been earned that since the days of the Raucous tapes and stuff like that before he was signed. I don't know what Melle Mel's point is.
I don't either. But let's not forget about Easy Mill in this and at least give what we kind of think about his trajectory and what we overall think about him.
I think he's great. He's actually really skilled and really dedicated with his bars. You can sense the new age of him and his youth. But you can also sense that he knows the game. He understands hip hop culture. Yeah. He lives it, and it's internalized in him. So there's no wonder why Dre and Eminem have co-signed this talented rapper, and I think things are gonna go up for him.
My only concern, and this is kind of like an M and Dre thing when they're ushering out artists, and we kind of went through off air some of the list of the artists that have come and gone, whether it was Stat Quo, Obi Trice, Yellow Wolf, Slaughterhouse, to name a few. There's a method and a sound that they always kind of try and do. You can hear the Eminem, Dr. Dre structure of this song, especially with the chorus. Mm-hmm. So what I want, and I hope that he does something that kind of makes him stand out, is kind of the things that you would get with a Kendrick record and how it's produced. You sound like the West, but you don't sound like you're just in a
you want him to
Dre bubble.
Differentiate himself.
Yeah, I want what they love about you can't be that you kind of sound like them to me.
What I don't feel around Easy Mill is I don't feel the cultural impact that I did with Kendrick. I don't feel that heat around it, that kind of whisper about him in circles. And I felt that whisper with Drake and Cole and some other people that are within our generation. I'm not getting that sense, that vibe here. And that's maybe because I'm not as connected. Like, I'm not in college radio. I'm not reading the blogs as much and all that type of stuff. So I could be just disconnected as an older adult. But I normally have a pretty good pulse on what's happening, even when I'm not tapped in.